We shall begin fourth chapter of Physics class 11, Motion in a Plane. Scalar. Quantities which have magnitudes only are called scalar quantities. Some quantities will have only magnitude, only measurement. Those will call as a scalar. For example, distance, speed, mass, temperature. These are the quantities which have got only magnitude, only measurement but no direction. The rules of combining scalars are the rules of ordinary algebra. If you want to combine the scalars, then the rules are that of similar to algebra. Scalars can be added, subtracted, multiplied and divided just as the ordinary number. How we add, subtract, multiply and divide the ordinary number. Similarly, we can also add, subtract, multiply and divide the scalars. For example, suppose you are given a rectangle whose length is 5 meter and width is 2 meter and you are asked to find the perimeter. Now the formula for perimeter is 2 into length plus width equal to 2. Length L is given to 5 meter plus width is given to 2 meter. So you get 5 plus 2 is 7 into 2 is gives you 14 meters. So you can see this addition and multiplication is just like the real numbers. Vectors. Quantity which has both a magnitude and a direction and obeys the triangle law of addition, or equivalently the parallelogram law of addition is called vector quantity. So vectors are those which have got magnitude, direction and obeys the triangle law of addition. Those are called vectors. Example: displacement, velocity, acceleration, force. The magnitude of any vector is given as the absolute value, and symbolically we write magnitude of V equal to V, and when you write the arrow, that means this is vector V. Position and displacement vector. To describe the position of an object moving in a plane, take a convenient point, say origin. So here I am taking a convenient point, origin. P and P dash be the position of the object at time t and t dash, and these as P and P dash are the position of any object at time t and at t dash. Join O and P by a straight line. Then vector OP is a position vector of object at time t. Vector OP is equal to vector R. This is the symbol we use for vector. Okay, the R is the position and this is my vector. Point P dash is represented by another position vector. Vector OP dash is equal to vector R dash. If the object moves from P to P dash, then vector P dash is called displacement vector. Now here you can see that, as I already said, this is my convenient point origin. This is a position of a point at P at time t, and after some time t dash, the position of the object is at P dash. If I join the straight line joining O and P, that is called vector R. That is my position vector of point P or object when it is at P, and this vector is position vector of point P dash when object is at the point P dash, and this is R dash. And if I join these P and P dash, this vector represents the displacement vector, okay, from P to P dash, this displacement vector. Displacement is a straight line joining the initial and final position and does not depend on the actual path undertaken by the object between the two positions. So this straight line is displacement. It does not matter how you are reaching from P to P dash. You can see in this figure from P to Q. So you can take so many paths. One path is from P, D, Q. This is one path. Another path is from P, A, B and Q. Another is from P to B to C, F and Q. So there are this many paths, but the displacement is not taking this path. We have to consider only the straight line joining the final position and the initial position. Equality of vectors. Two vectors A and B are said to be equal if and only if they have the same magnitude and the same direction. If they have got same magnitude and same direction, we call them equal vector, and we can write as vector A equal to vector B. Here you can look, this is vector A, vector B. They have same direction. This arrow shows the direction, and the length also you can see same. That means magnitude also is same. So we can say vector A equal to vector B. In this you can see vector P is going over here and vector Q is going here this side, tilted from the same direction. and you can see the length of q is smaller than length of p, so we can say the vector p is not equal to vector q. So it should have same direction plus same magnitude, then you call those two vectors are equal vectors. Multiplication of vector by real number. Multiplying a vector a with a positive number lambda gives a vector whose magnitude is changed by the factor lambda, but the direction is the same as that of vector a. Lambda into a is equal to lambda into magnitude of a if lambda is greater than 0. If lambda is less than 0 implies minus lambda into magnitude of a, then the vector has direction opposite to the direction of vector a, and magnitude is lambda times vector a. So now see here, you can see this is my vector a. I am multiplying by a real number 2. So this becomes double time the vector a. So as you can see, it is little longer, and this is my 2 times vector a. And if I multiply by negative number, okay, less than 0, then what happens? If you multiply, magnitude remains 2 times vector a, but the direction is opposite. This arrow shows the direction. So the direction was in this side, but now it has become over this side. So direction changes if the lambda or the scalar is minus or less than 0. Lambda has physical dimension, then the dimension of lambda into a is the product of dimension of lambda and a. So if lambda has, the scalar has got any dimension, then the total dimension of lambda into a will be the product of the dimension of lambda into a. For example, this is vector velocity and the time. You know this gives you displacement vector. Now dimension of velocity is meter per second and time is second. So second curve, so you get meter. So you get displacement vector. Okay, and displacement vector is given by meter or length. Addition and subtraction of vector. Number 1, graphical method. Consider two vectors a and b. To find vector a plus vector b, place vector b so that its tail is at the head of the vector a. Join tail of vector a to the head of vector b. This line represents r equal to vector a plus vector b. This graphical method is called head to tail method. The two vectors and their resultant form three sides of a triangle. Therefore, this method is also known as triangle method of vector addition. Here I have got the vector a. This is the origin or the tail of vector a. This is head of vector a. Now we have to place vector b, the tail of vector b to the head of vector a, and then you join the tail of vector a and head of vector b, and when you join you get the resultant of a plus b, and this is called your addition of two vectors a plus b. Here the two vectors and the resultant form the triangle. Okay, you can see, therefore this is also called the triangle of vector addition, and also this is called as a head to tail method. Subtraction of vector. We define difference of two vectors a and b as a sum of two vectors a and minus b. That is, vector a minus b is equal to vector a plus minus vector b. So now if you want to do the subtraction or the minusing the two vectors, then we add a plus the negative vector of it. Okay, so now see, this is my vector a. Okay, this is the origin from here, vector a. Now vector b is over here. If I want to find a minus b, then I'll take negative of that. That means opposite direction of this. So negative of vector b will be with the same magnitude but direction is opposite. This direction is like this, and opposite of this or minus of this will be in the opposite direction. So this is over here, and when you join the tail of a and head of b, that is minus b, you get this vector a minus b, the resultant of a minus b, or the difference of a and b. And if I join this a to this side, then you get the addition, because this is negative or positive. Okay, this is negative vector, this is positive vector. Parallelogram method. To add two vectors a and b, bring their tails to a common origin O. Then draw a line from head of vector a parallel to b and another line from head of vector b parallel to a. To complete the parallelogram, the diagonal from the common origin is the resultant vector a plus vector b. Now here you can see, now this is my common origin. From here you are drawing vector a and this is vector b. Okay, so both are drawn from the common origin. Now you have to draw from the head of a vector which is parallel to vector b, and you have to draw from the head of B a vector which is parallel to vector A. So you are completing the parallelogram. From the common origin, if I draw a diagonal, this will give you the sum of A and B. So, and this is like a parallelogram, so we call this as a parallelogram method. Vector addition is commutative. A plus B is equal to B plus A. Vector addition is associative. A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Null vector. Vector whose magnitude is 0 is called null or zero vector. Symbolically, zero vector. So if a vector has got 0 magnitude, then that is called zero vector or null vector. Vector A minus vector A gives you 0 vector, and magnitude of vector O is, or vector 0 is 0. Its direction is not specified. Since it has got no magnitude, the direction also is not specified. Property of zero vector. Vector A plus zero vector equal to vector A. So any zero vector is added to vector, the vector remains same. If you multiply any real number with the zero vector, answer is 0. If 0 is multiplied with any vector, then answer is zero vector. So these are the property. We'll keep this much for today. Thank you very much.